Welcome everybody back to BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be hitting a propane tank at speed. And yeah, we've got it lying down because this enables the cars to run over it, and then the explosion happens underneath the car rather than just at the car, which can have some quite dramatic effects. So let's see what this pigeon can do first. We'll work our way up through various sized vehicles and the like to see what they can do in comparison to hitting the propane tank in comparison to everyone else. So yeah, the pigeon's not going to be the fastest that we're going to have on this episode, but it's hardly slow, as you can see. It's far quicker than people realise, this car. Whoops, there goes the entire front of the vehicle. The engine and drive shaft has been dislodged. We'll just reload the propane tank because it is glitching out. We don't want it to affect the vehicle while it's crashing some more. And we're going over the barrier and blown up the fuel tank, and yeah, there we go. So yeah, the pigeon has resoundingly been killed, because yeah, even though the back wheels are still there, the drive shaft has been broken, the fuel tank has gone, so it's going to lose fuel, and yeah, we've got no steering either. So yeah, that's all that's left of the cab. Seats have been dislodged, the dashboard has been crushed. Don't even know where the front wheel is. That's probably in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, the pigeon not doing very well there. So let's see what a auto bellow can do. The Piccolina, we'll go for the 150 Corsa, so we've got a bit of speed on the go. Let's see what a larger car can do. So yeah, the explosions on these probably aren't going to be as big as they were with the insane nuclear bomb. But this propane tank is a little bit more stable than that is, so even if we're going to hit this with some mods, it shouldn't be quite as unstable, so that's all good. The propane tank itself does get a little bit unstable, which is no surprise. Let's reload that quickly. And again, we're soaring through the air. This car has glitched out a little bit, not quite as badly as some cars do. And we're rolling, and now we're on fire because the propane tank has damaged the fuel tank, just like it did with the pigeon. And yeah, there's not really much left of this car. It does, unsurprisingly, well, surprisingly still work, but yeah, we've got no steering. And yeah, the car is undoubtedly going to overheat because it's on fire. So yeah, not done very well there. I'd be surprised if any car really is not just survivable in terms of engine being running and all that lot, but still able to actually drive in a straight line or even turn slightly. So let's see what one of these Corvette speeds can do. This is a mod, obviously. It's been raised and souped up in a lot of ways. This is really, really quick, so I'm expecting havoc to be played out here. Oh dear, I think it was too fast. So much for mods being stable. I think we'll have to try out a normal Corvette, unfortunately. That is not going to work. Where art thou? I always lose where these cars are. We'll go for this special edition then. Oh no, we'll go for a street tuned one. Should be quick enough, I imagine. Oh, the entire thing has glitched out. Oh dear. Let's just go for an ETK quickly. Nope. Everything seems to have died. Alright, be right back and we'll get this level reloaded. Right, so welcome back. The entire game crashed. So yeah, we're not going to try any of those kind of mods out today, because it looks like they're going to absolutely kill this game. So yeah, let's see what this street-tuned Corvette can do. Hopefully it'll at least be a little bit more stable when it crashes and explodes. So pretty quick for a Corvette, this is. And whammo, up into the air once again. That's why I like doing these propane tank crashes with it laid down, because you get some dramatic flips in the air and crashes and impacts into the ground. So not quite as dramatic on the ground impact there as we might well get with other vehicles, but yeah, the Corvette, yeah, fairly damaged there. Both of the front wheels are completely ruined. The engine has survived, but yeah, not much else has, so yeah, a little bit of a shame, but no surprise given that the Corvette is obviously a lightweight car that doesn't have the best durability when it comes to heavy impact crashes like that. Right, so let's see what an SUV can do. Let's see what an ETK 1300 series can do. We'll go for the 1356, which is the fastest version, so we'll no doubt be going way quicker than we were in the previous cars. Yep, we're already up to 100 mile an hour. That's 110. And the propane tank's glitching out again, so let's reload that. Oh dearie me, did not see that coming, and neither did the car. Massive lamppost impact, completely twisted the chassis, and anyone that would be inside, yeah, that is devastating. I really didn't see the lamppost there coming. Yeah, but it has completely decimated everything. The only thing that is intact is this wheel. Everything else is gone. So yeah, that's a devastating crash that was. That just goes to show that those high rates of speed really do make cars a lot more unpredictable when it comes to actually crashing, so yeah, no surprise there. Right, let's see what a Legrand can do. Sizable car, no doubt about that, but hardly the toughest of vehicles. And this is front wheel drive as well, like the Corvette, so I don't expect this to survive very well. But who knows, might get some spectacular crashes out of it. Obviously this car is inspired by the K cars from the 1980s in America. Not the K cars from Japan, but similar pronunciation, I guess. Yeah, this has been devastating as well. We lost a rear wheel, we've lost all of the front wheels. And we've been slam dunked onto our roof. A massive slide. Yeah, the bracing for the engine has completely come away practically. Or at least the subframe at the front for the suspension, whatever it is come completely away. That's not holding anything anymore. The rest of the car has survived fairly well, especially given it got slam dunked onto its roof, but mechanically speaking it's a bust. Which I guess, again, no real surprise there. Right, let's see what a Regency can do, another classic American car. Also from the 80s. We'll go for... let's go for a convertible. See what one of these can do. How do we get the roof down? Press U. There we go. No point being in a convertible if you ain't going to get the roof down. This is one of the few mods that actually has a roof that can be put up and down when it comes to convertible versions. Which there aren't all that many in the with the stock vehicles that you get with this game. So yeah, if you are looking for a lot of convertibles, then the modding scene is the place to look. Whoa, big flip through the air there. Absolutely squished everything and everyone that would be in it, in terms of the roof being, well, the windscreen and all else getting caved in. Mechanically speaking, apart from the radiator, it's reasonably okay. It still turns, it still drives. Does it drive straight is the real question. It's not going to now that I've done that, but... no, it doesn't drive straight, but it still drives, which is more than most of the cars have done so far. In fact, all of the cars have pretty much not been drivable, so yeah, it's a win for that, but yeah, the as you can see, the steering has completely been knocked out. That wheel there has gone. That wheel isn't straight anymore. The radiators bust, and yeah, survivability chances nil, because your head would have been where the windscreen should have been. Right. We'll go for a classic American car now, an even more classic American car should I say. We'll go for the Road Sport 2-door hardtop. We'll get to some non-American cars eventually. Now this is a pretty quick car, so we're going to have to be careful with the throttle. As soon as we get through a few of the gears, we'll get the car under control. Didn't reload that, controller just remembered. Into the air. We've lost a front wheel and damaged another. That's going to kill the engine completely, which I wasn't expecting because this is a pretty tough old car. Roof wise is fine. I think it's got a roll cage in it, to be honest. Does it have a roll cage? No, that's just the trim. But yeah, the car has been bananaed in a lot of ways there. As you can see, it's completely going up ways, and yeah, the engine's been damaged to the point of breaking it. We've lost a wheel, we've damaged the other wheel, but the rest of the car's held up fairly well. The roof especially, I was expecting that to cave in, to be honest, because these old cars do not have a B pillar, they only have an A and C pillar, they do not have the B pillar to strengthen it further. So yeah, I was expecting the roof to go collapsing in completely there, but surprisingly it is not. So yeah, a lot of these cars in terms of their actual interiors are surviving fairly well. Mechanically obviously they're getting completely annihilated, but in terms of the interior survivability, most of them have done pretty well. The Pigeon didn't, and obviously the convertible Oldsmobile there didn't either, but apart from them two, most of them have done fairly well. So let's see if this Bitron can do any better. Obviously it's based on the Citroen C2, but for copyright reasons I've called it the Bitron B2. It's fairly quick. Again, not the quickest that we've had on this series, the episode so far. And yeah, completely flown through the air. It's to be completely expected with these lightweight small cars. I'm going to come down on the girder rail there. Oh, and into the lamppost as well. Not good. Fuel tank's busted, and now in flames. Engine's gone. All that's really survived is one of the rear wheels and one of the front wheels, but everything else has completely been smashed to pieces. Yeah, wouldn't say that would be survivable in terms of interior space. And not just because of the fire either. Right, let's do a few more. Let's take a look at something Japanese. Go for the street tune version of the 200BX. Now these have been pretty tough in some regards that I've seen other people do, and myself as well. So yeah, I'd be surprised if this completely was wiped out. But you never know with these things. Anything can happen. Whoa, multiple flips through the air there. It's almost acrobatic in some regards. Which way we're going to land? Oh, straight down. Well, the drive shaft's gone, which I guess is a little bit predictable, but yeah, I'd say if the drive shaft hadn't gone, this would have still been drivable because the engine survived. We've got most of our steering still, and interior wise it's okay, but yeah, that drive shaft is quite weak, which I guess is no surprise. There's quite a distance between the front and the rear, so drive shaft is quite long. Let's go for something French. Go for the electric version of the SUV or crossover, because this is pretty quick, even in comfort mode, which it's in at the moment. But yeah, this is one of my favourite new additions to the standard game. You know, not a mod or anything like that, but just because it's really rather fun to crash. Let's just reload that. Right on the front there. Surprised we haven't had many rollovers so far. plenty of massive impacts on the ground, but we've not had many cars rolling continually. But yeah, interior wise that's fine, and in fact it still drives. Not very well, but it still drives. Purely because of that wheel there that's barely hanging on really. As you can see, it's pointing in a direction which isn't conducive to going forward, so yeah, but that survived fairly well. Right, one or two more, we'll try out a Roma, and we'll go for the off-road version. Just because these are one of the fastest versions of the Roma. It's also really quite tall, which can help it roll. And we wanted some spectacular crashes after all. Whoa, right for the air again. Even a heavy vehicle like this is getting thrown about easily, which is just shows how powerful the propane tank is in terms of exploding and damaging cars. Didn't get the rollover that we wanted. I don't know why there's no texture there, but yeah, the car held up fine, but mechanically not so. I imagine if we weren't stuck in a wall it might drive still, maybe. No, I just don't think it's got the power to drive with only 3 wheels, well, 1 wheel I think, because the drive shaft's gone, so that's probably why it's not working all that well. So yeah, just to show you that it's only really the normal cars that are affected by these kind of things. We're going to actually we're getting the hopper first. This was a spectacular car to use against the insane nuclear bomb. The bodywork just vanished in the blink of an eye, so let's see how it does with this. Obviously it's not quite as powerful as the insane nuclear bomb, but might well have the same effect. Despite being called the Sport, it's not very sporty, it's quite slow. Whoa, yeah, there we go. Glitch Amundo or what? Yeah, that car did not enjoy doing that whatsoever. I can't see anything. Well, the bodywork's been separated just like it did with the insane nuclear bomb, but it's, yeah, not crashed quite as neatly, should I say. Right, let's just get in a truck and show you how ineffective a propane tank is against a ordinary semi or any kind of heavy vehicle. They really don't have all that much effect. I don't think the nuclear bomb had all that much effect even on a bus, so yeah, I don't think this is going to do very well, but we'll see. Maybe it will surprise us. I think in part it's because these don't get up to the same kind of speed as a normal civilian car, that they don't have quite the same effect. Who knows, I might well be surprised. Or we'll just run over it and completely miss the front of the car, the vehicle. Done it. Whoa, that's done more than I expected. Then again, I have usually hit it with one of the front wheels and sometimes nothing happens at all, but I didn't expect that. Well, the most spectacular crash has been the one that I didn't expect anything to happen to, or at least not this, that's for sure. Well, the vehicle still works in some regard. Obviously we have lost a rear wheel, which isn't going to be all that helpful, but, well, both of them even. I'm surprised it's still driving. I'm surprised the diff is allowing it to. But yeah, there we go. The propane tank is a fun mod, or I think it's part of the standard game. I can't remember. I've played so many hours with this game and had it so long and put so many different mods on and tried so many different versions of those mods and the like that I get confused about whether or not it's a mod or not. But actually we'll just check. But yeah, it's still nonetheless a fun prop to play with, and yeah, does provide some spectacular crashes as you have seen. Yeah, it's a mod. So yeah, highly recommend trying it out if you haven't already, and just crashing into it with various vehicles. Obviously you can have multiple propane tanks, but the more propane tanks you have, the more unstable you get. You saw what happened to that modded Corvette that we tried, and it couldn't even handle one. So yeah, be a bit careful if you're going to try out more than one, because it can have some effects with the game, some negative, some positive, and it might well crash the game as well, so just be wary of that. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.